Hello everyone. This video is about comparison between structure and class. I already had a video about it. This is just a follow-up video on it. Let me use the same example. So I had a structure called person1 with name as its property. Also had a class person2 with name as its property. Now we need initializers. So the use of initializer is to create object. Let's do that. person1 pass in the name, something like this. Let's do the same thing for person2 pass in the name. Now for the structure, we can easily pass the argument from here and then assign it to this property name, because structure has by default initializer. So structure has default initializer, but class do not. That's why on line number 18 it complains. For that we need to pass a custom initializer for class, and we always have to do that. So this is a custom one. Right here we have to say self.name and the name, so that the compiler won't confuse between this name parameter and this name property. Now it won't complain and it is just working fine. Now let's try to do something else. Let's have a custom initializer for the structure. What I want to do is the person name will be, let's say, Vivek if he is an Asian guy, else name will be Charlie. For that, let me pass an argument called is boolean. What am I saying is boolean? Is Asian, it's a boolean property, and if is Asian, then I know that name would be Vivek, otherwise name would be Charlie. Now as soon as I do this, I create a new custom initializer, then I no longer can write this code. Like on line number 32 it is complaining and it wants me to use this initializer rather than the default one. So I can no longer use the default one. That's why I need to pass is Asian. Let's say it's true, then the person1 will have the name as Vivek. For person2 it is working fine, and then this works fine. So what we learned is, if we have a custom init for structure, then it will discard the default one, right? Let me do the same thing for class as well. Init is Asian boolean. If is Asian, then name would be Vivek, otherwise name would be something like Charlie, right? Now for the class, we are able to have two initializers, right? Let me use the second one as well. Let person2 is Asian is false. That means the person2 is Charlie, right? So we are able to have multiple initializer for class. Now what about structure? We can do the same thing for structure as well. What I would do is create a custom initializer to provide the name. Now init name string, let me have a space here, string self dot name would be name. Now you might be thinking that this initializer is the default type. I mean, it is like the default initializer, but since I'm defining it by myself, it is a custom one now. That means I can use it for structure as well. Person12, person1, name someone, right? I do for, and now it will work fine. Both the structure and class can have multiple init. Now let me print all the values. Person1 dot name, copy it few times, then person2 dot name, person2 dot name, and then 21 dot name. Run it. What am I printing here? I think it is from the previous one. Run it. Person one is Vivek because I'm saying he's an Asian. For person one, two, I'm passing the name from here, someone. So it is someone, Vivek. And for the last one, he's not an Asian, so his name is Charlie. And that's all. That's all you have to know about structure and class. Yeah, I guess that's the end of my video. Thank you for listening.